A very special week of racing gets underway in Hong Kong this week with Happy Valley. Welcome to the Longines IJC preview show. We've got it covered for you all here as the jockeys, 12 of them, battle for this year's championship.
They walk amongst us, a special breed, battling for greatness. This December, the Longines International Jockeys Championship.
And the panel for Wednesday night's preview show features Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, there are some superstars among superstars coming to Happy Valley.
Yeah, there certainly are, Mark. It's going to be a fabulous night of racing coming up at Happy Valley. We've got jockeys not only from Hong Kong, but Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain. So it should be a tremendous night. There'll be light shows, pyrotechnics. The opening show will be tremendous. Can't wait for it. It's the night of all nights at Happy Valley.
It is indeed. We'll have a closer look at who's coming shortly, Paul, but you can just beef it up more with some jackpots.
Yeah, really good. There's a monster jackpot going in the triple trio, 4.2 million. So that should get up over the 8 million mark. The undercard's pretty good as well. Looks really open field throughout. No first starters throughout the whole meeting.
No, there is not indeed. Here is the list of jockeys competing, Paul, and Tom is going to explain to us the scoring system.
Yes, so it's 12 points for a win, 6 for a second and 4 for third. So that's how it works, and there'll be various countbacks if there are any points that are tied there, Paul, and it's looking really even this year. There's no standout sort of ride that any jockey's got. There's no standout sort of run that any jockey's got. It's been very evenly matched this year.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. It's going to be a really good contest. We've seen sort of it being shared in the past. Wouldn't be surprised if it's shared here once again.
Now, we'll just keep the powder dry on this, but we're going to find out who you like and how many points they're going to finish on as the show goes on. But this is what has happened since 2018. Tied last year, of course. Tom Marquander's back to defend his co-championship from 2022. Zach Purton is here. Karis Teetan is here, the winner in 2019. The winners ranging from 34 points down to 12, all that was needed to share the prize last year. And delighted to say the 2019 IJC champion joins us on the show right now. Karis Teetan, hello and welcome. And how well and how early in the memory bank is the 2019 win in the IJC?
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a night that, I will never forget to win the IJC. It was a brilliant night. Everything went well, and I was able to pick up the trophy.
The atmosphere at Happy Valley is always electric on a Wednesday night. What about this meeting? Does it go to a next 2, 3, 4, even 5 levels higher?
Yeah, it's a definitely totally different level of racing and night, and the atmosphere is different. The races, the vibes is different, but it's good. It's nice to be part of it, and I'm really looking forward to be part of it again this year.
Let's have a look through your rides for the IJC legs, Karis, and we do start in race number 4 with a horse called Super Commander. Pretty well placed in this grade. He's got a good record course and distance and does possess plenty of early speed.
Yeah, of course, he goes back to the grade. He knows Happy Valley pretty well. The only thing is he's going to have to carry the big weight. I know there's a few horses in the race that will have the speed. So I'm really hoping that, we can get to the lead as easy as we can. And if he does that, I think he's going to give himself a chance.
Leg number 2, you ride one for David Hayes in Snow a Lot, who looks to be getting very close to another victory. He looks a good ride for you in this series.
Yeah, I think he's my best ride of the 4. He ran really good last time. So if you can get some luck from the draw, I know there's a few horses that have chance in this race, but I think if he gets the right run, he could be competitive.
Yeah, looked to close off really well last start. Karis Snow a Lot there behind Dragon Star last time out. What about race number 7? You've got lining up there a 6th generation for Jamie Richards. The blinkers are going back on. Chased home the very informed Chill Chibi last time out, and really liked the way he stayed on after not showing a lot of early pace last start.
Yeah, like you say, he ran behind a really good horse, I believe, and the form line is pretty strong now. So I think the main thing, the draw will really help him. So from that gate, I think he's going to give himself a chance to run. I hope he can run in the first 4.
And Lightning Bolt, you've got in the last one there, Karis. Horse you've actually ridden before, so you actually know this horse as well. Another one, the big weight, but he's drawn nicely in Barrier 3. How do you rate Lightning Bolt?
Yeah, well, he had two nice wins at the Valley already. It seems like he's running pretty well at Happy Valley. And of course, last time with the way the track was running, he had to be a bit closer. But I think he's got a nice draw. There will be a lot of speed in this race. So if he can just get himself comfortable and get a run in the straight, I think he's a horse that could also run well.
So they are the IJC rides, Karis, the 4 of them, and we're about to have a look at your rides for the night. Now, you kick off with Hercules, who's well graded in race number 1, and Heng's Choice is a last start winner.
Yeah, Hercules down in grade last time, ran good. He's a horse that, because he gets himself so far out of the race, and it's hard to always catch up. So I think he's got a nice gate. So I'm really hoping where he can comes out and get himself a bit closer than what he's been. And if he does that, he could run well. And Heng's Choice, I thought last time had a perfect race, followed the right horse through, and came to the outside and finished really nicely. So he had a nice trial in between. So I'm hoping he can run well again.
Another one of your old favourites lining up, Karis, is Wood on Fire in race number 6. He won at this meeting back in 2020 when he flew down the outside from last. He's a last start winner. How's he going?
For a horse with his age, still running so well. Last time, with a slow pace, he won a nice race. He's a horse that always gives his best when he goes to races. So I'm really hoping, he's feeling good at the moment. He felt really good last time. So I'm hoping he can give his best again.
Karis, your rides in the IJC, how do they compare to the time you won it in 2019? Were you confident that night, and are you confident this week?
I think the night I won the IJC I was more confident because I really had good ride, good gate. Now with the new system, I feel like it's really fair. Everybody have a chance. It really depends on if your horse, what kind of a run your horse will get on Wednesday night. But I'm gonna go out and really give those horses the best chance they can, and I'm really hoping I can pick up a lot of points and win, lose or draw. I'm just really grateful to be part of it.
Well, Karis, thank you so much for joining us on this IJC special, and may it be a repeat of 2019 for you.
Thank you very much.
And a big thanks to Karis for giving us some time here a day out from the IJC. The meeting details are as follows. It's an early start with this huge meeting coming up. There's lots going on between races, of course. 9 on the turf, and the A course is in operation. First race, 6:30. We go through until 5 minutes till 11. Extra show, 4, 5, 7 and 8 extended. Preview show for the 4 legs. We start with race number 4, and in this race we've got Amazing Ace for James McDonald and Pierre Rung. Super Commander, we just heard from Karis. Galvanic, beaten favourite last time. Gorgeous Vitality comes up with a good draw. Savvy Delight's been a busy horse. Zach Purton rides him. We go to G1 Excellent, looking to turn some form around. And down the bottom, Oversubscribed and Super Fast Dragon. Tom, they like to get back, but they get in here with some lighter weights down the bottom of just 119 and 118 respectively.
And they're likely to get the pace to suit here, Mark, with the Super Commander who likes to tear along. Amazing Ace can sit forward, and Paul Circuit 7 is another horse that does like to get handy. So if he gets across outside Super Commander, it will be all on.
Yeah, look, he's led his last 2 as well, so he'll be trying to get there. If he does, it'll make it hard for Harmony Fire because he's drawn wide. Diamond Swords is another one that's led in the past, but he hasn't got the same speed as Super Commander. Gorgeous Vitality's drawn well. I think he might be slightly closer. G1 Excellent back to Super Fast Dragon, and Ryan Mooresmount, Red Maverick, I think will be at the back.
We do have an interview to start off though. Nick at Shartin spoke to the trainer of Super Fast Drag, and it is Jamie Richards.
Jamie, it is IJC night coming up on Wednesday evening. You look to field a pretty nice horse in race 4, Super Fast Dragon, down at the foot of the weights. That was a super run in defeat last time.
Yeah, he did. He ran well. He's a horse that's always shown a bit of ability. We've just had a few little issues with him. He's not the most straightforward horse, but I think he's got a lot of potential. 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 he seemed to race really well at the Valley, and happy to go back there again on Wednesday night.
Because he's shown a bit at Charlton, hadn't he? So I guess the fact that he's able to do the same at Happy Valley certainly is pleasing enough and will give you options going forward.
Yeah, he's a horse that doesn't have the greatest of actions, so maybe just appreciates the corner. But yeah, he seems to be in good form. He's had a trial since. We're going to put the blinkers on him, which is something that we've been thinking about for a little while. And he trialled well on them the other day, so hopefully that can just spark him up a little bit in the middle stages, and hopefully he's going to be able to stay in contention because they're going to go fast.
They certainly will. As you say, you've tweaked that headgear also. Yuga Kawada is your jockey. Now, obviously, all the focus on Wednesday night is around sort of the jockeys for these 4 races. Obviously, Yuga's world class. Good to have him on, and I guess with the light weight and the fact he does that sort of weight will certainly be pluses as well.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to meeting him and having him ride for the stable. But you know, it's a great night to be a part of. It's a great week to be a part of, and looking forward to being there on Wednesday night with hopefully a couple of nice chances.
Jamie, you're talking about Yuga Kawada there, Tom, with 8 visiting jockeys in town. We're going to preview all of their profiles here on the show, and starting with the Japanese representative.
And he's been a mainstay through the International Jockeys Championship here in Hong Kong. Yuga Kawada, 38 years of age, champion jockey Paul in the JRA, and of course he's been part of the Sugar Cup winning team as well as best finished 5th, so be hoping to go a few places better, if not win.
Yeah, I think he's on a good chance here, Super Fast Dragon. I think he's going to get the race run to suit as well. The horse will get back. He'll be steaming home late like he did last time. He just missed last time.
Got a number of horses to look at in this replay, Paul, including Diamond Source, who leads and fades for 6th. Gorgeous Vitality runs on, as does Oversubscribed.
Yeah, look, I've got both Oversubscribed in the race, in my numbers, along with Gorgeous Vitality. Gorgeous Vitality is well rated now. He's won off a 59 rating. He's at this 56 at the moment. And look, he finished off this race really strongly. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 2. I think he'll be slightly closer in the run. There's a lot of pace in this race. I think he can win this.
I like Oversubscribed. You're talking about mainstays. He's been in this race at this meeting for the last 4 years, so he knows this night very well, and he ran really well there last time out with conditions to suit.
They don't run the meeting without him, but they'll run the meeting for the first time, Tom, with this new name, Boshan Mirzabayev, representing Germany, Kazakhstan born.
Yeah, great to have him here, making his debut. He's been a German champion jockey over a number of years in the Czech Republic as well. Had a lot of experience in France, so he's been a journeyman, Paul, but he's been very, very successful.
Yeah, he's got some good rides over the four as well. We have seen a few of his wins on our simulcasts as we've taken them. He's a very good rider.
All right, so he comes to the series for the first time. Now Galvanic will be partnered by Tom Marquand, and he rides this horse for Casper Fownes, Paul. He's been largely frustrating, hasn't he?
Yeah, 4 seconds from his 8 starts, I think, tells the story. He's not a big horse. He's only a small chap, and as such, then look, he's going to get a nice run from barrier 3. It's a tough race, this one. I thought there have been times where he should have probably won a race. That's just a little query I had.
I think he'll get his chance from barrier 3, but geez, been costly. He's been beaten favourite in his last 4 or 5 starts, and now a lot of money on him first up this season, even money, and he was only, what, 2nd there behind Street Conqueror. So
that is the breakdown of the first leg. Who gets the 12 points, Paul?
Going to go with the 5 on top here, and I think he can win. Here we go, Mirzabayev to win number 5. The 12 in there for 2nd, Super Fast Dragon. We've got Germany beating Japan there, and then James McDonald for New Zealand with Amazing Ace, and Oversubscribed Rachel King for Australia. 5, 12, 1 and 11. Do I get away with that?
I think you did pretty well there, Paul. Number 11 goes on top for me. It's Rachel King riding Oversubscribed for David Hall. This horse charged home last time out. Should get the pace to suit here again, and he is well rated. His last win came off 46. Galvanic goes in for Tom Marquand. Savvy Delight for Zach Purton, and a Super Fast Dragon there for Yuga Kawada. I think the blinkers will help him trialling up behind at Ping Hai Galaxy. So 11, 4, 6 and 12.
That is how Tom and Paul see leg number 1 of the Longines IJC. Off to a break, still a lot more to come on this special preview show. This is the Longines IJC special here, and We might be coming back from the break. It might be a big night at Happy Valley, but that doesn't mean, Paul, that the last run reminder has been scrapped from this show.
No, and we've got one running in the last race, so hopefully we can send punters home happy here with Helene Feeling. Now, his last run here was full of merit. He was slightly slow away, as you can see, a little bit awkward there. But the big key to this race, there was absolutely no pace in it whatsoever. Telecom Fighters that won the race went straight to the front here, and you can see the first 850 was 1.12 slower than the standard, and the horse was really well back, Helene Feeling. So the run was really full of merit here, with Telecom Fighters just absolutely walking them, as you can see, around the spin. But once they came into the straight here, you can see him coming to the outside. He was so far back, he just couldn't make up that ground. But he did make up a little bit of ground. He finished off the race really nicely. We know he likes it here at Happy Valley, and it was a good finish from him. So with a truly run race, which I expect will happen here coming up on Wednesday night, I think the horse can win. And look, the best part was this last little bit. He was almost second there with about, with a couple of strides past the post.
He's trialled really well since too, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. We'll see that later.
We will. Golden 60 and Romantic Warrior. So he is race 9, number 6, Helene Feeling, the last run reminder. We move on now to the second leg of the IJC, and it is race number 5 with Wide Blue Yonder, a last start winner carrying an extra £5. Durham Star victorious 2 runs ago. M Unicorn has been in grand form. He goes up 6 for that win on the 22nd of November. Tattenham from the 1200 to the 1650. Club Soda has shown improvement in his first 2 starts. Killer Instinct off a second behind Semacan. We've got Beauty Mission, a winner 2 starts ago, and Sure Joyful has placed 2 from 3 over the course and distance. What about the speed here, Tom, from the 1650 metre mark on the A course?
Wide Blue Yonder, he led up last time out. He was given a good ride by Lyle off the front and was able to dictate. Durham Star wasn't too far away last time, but couldn't go on with it. Looks a little tricky for Snow-A-Lot. He's a horse that does like to race relatively handy. And then you've got Red Hair King. Now, he's drawn much better this time round. He had 11 last time out and sort of had to do a little bit of work early. And outside of that, Paul, Sure Joyful, Club Soda, the next pair. Yeah,
they look that way. M Unicorn will probably start favourite in the race. He should be back there. 2 Infinity ran well at his last start. Beauty Mission's drawn the outside. I think he's going to have to go all the way back.
Well, David Hayes has 2 runners in the race, and Nick spoke to David Ree, Wide Blue Yonder, and also Snow-A-Lot.
David Hayes, it is IJC meeting coming up on Wednesday night, and race 5, you look to field a pretty strong hand. Wide Blue Yonder and Snow-A-Lot. We'll start with the top weight. He was good last time.
He was. He led throughout and held on, and I think the race rated pretty well. So hopefully he can do it again with the big weight and the bad barrier, but he'll roll forward and make his own luck. So hopefully run a good race.
You've sent him up to Chung Fa. He had a trial up there. Has he benefited nicely?
He has. He's incredibly lazy horse, so don't take any guide of his track work. It slaps up, but he's always like that.
Just addressing his one and only previous outing at Happy Valley, he was 10th there, so I guess it would go down as a little bit disappointing. What's your take on bringing him back to the Valley? Was it just a case of the way the cards fell sort of thing?
More the way the cards fell, and I can't see any reason why he won't like the Valley. Things went wrong that day, but I'm blanking that out.
The nature of this competition, of course, it is all done by allocation, luck of the draw, etc. You've got James McDonald, so one of the home team to some regard. I guess that's always a positive as well.
Yeah, look, James is a world-class jockey, and he'll have to be probably from barrier 11.
You've also got Snow-A-Lot in the race. Karis Teetan will ride him. He comes into the race in pretty handy form, only just beaten a neck last time.
Yes, he seems to have found his form again, and I expect him to really run well. They just need to... Their first 400 will be critical because they've both drawn a little bit on the awkward side. But Snow-A-Lot, very consistent horse and always performs well in this class.
All of his winning has been 6 furlongs, but he stays this trip, doesn't he?
Oh, definitely, yeah. He's. I'd say he's better at a mile. I know the record doesn't say that, but his performances do.
Yeah, we've got a pretty strong hand. It'd be nice to win one of these races, I'm sure.
It's extra prize money, so we'll be trying.
There he is, David Hayes. They will both have to be very good though, Tom, because the horse we're about to see is absolutely flying. His name is M Unicorn. He's trained by Casper Fownes and is going to be partnered this week by one Ryan Moore.
Yeah, I think he can win again, Mark. He's only 14 days off that win last time out when he was able to win over Sure Joyful, who looks a good chance in this race. But he's got an extra £6 to carry here. I don't think that's going to bother him. Came from a long way back in the field to Paul, and once he peeled out and around the top of the straight, rounded them up pretty quickly here, and I think he can win again. That horse on the inside there as well, Red Hair King, I think he's going to get a much more economical run this time.
Yeah, I think
he's going to play his part.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's going to get the run in behind. So, look, that's the Quinella for me. I agree with you. I think M Unicorn and Red Hair King are the two to beat.
We mentioned Ryan Moore rides the horse, Paul, as we continue on our look at the visiting jockeys' profiles for the series, and there isn't much this man hasn't done.
No, he's and he knows his way pretty well around Happy Valley here, of course, as well. He's won it before, a couple of times actually, 2009 and 10. So, look, world class. He's going to be one of the shortest prices in the night, I think.
Yeah, great to have him back as well. He's had a few little injury issues after a fall in Japan, which has sort of kept him off the scene for a couple of weeks. So hopefully he's fighting fit, ready to go.
We move on, Tom, to a Killer Instinct now. He runs a second in this race. Durham Star, a winner 2 starts back. Touch disappointing in this for yours?
Yeah, he's not really a horse that normally goes back-to-back, to be honest. Mark Durham Star, he's a son of deep field. He raced sort of a little bit wide into the first turn, then he got to a one-back, one-out position, and then he looked to be under pressure a fair way out, Paul. So I'm not going with him here this time round. I'm not sure how the form stacks up out of this race, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I'm with you. I left him out. I tend to agree there as well with Durham Star. So we'll see what... Killer Instinct, the other one we were talking about there in that race, he ran nicely there, but he can be hot and cold as well.
Well, he's got Tom Marquand on. Tom does Killer Instinct, and of course he was a dead heater in last year's series.
He was. He had to share the spoils last time round, so it's great to have him back here as well. He's currently spending time in Japan at the moment, and great to see him and Holly back over here as a couple. And of course, he's got a big chance again through the night with a couple of his rides.
We move on, Paul, to our final replay. 2 Infinity runs third in this race. He's trialled okay since, and Beauty Mission, winner 2 starts ago. It did take him a long time to win that race. He ends up running 6th in this replay.
I thought it wasn't a bad run from him. He didn't have too much room on the inside there once he came through. I'm going to include him on a very minor line, Beauty Mission. 2 Infinity was right on the cusp for me. He would have been the other one I would have put in, but didn't just quite make it in the end. But Rachel King aboard from barrier 6, he'll get his opportunity.
Yeah, closed off strongly. He's had a quiet trial with Since and Muzabayev. This is his second ride through the IJC for Frankie Law, but he's got to overcome barrier 12.
All right, that is a look at some of the runners in the second leg of the Longines IJC. Paul, who wins it?
Going to go with the obvious one here, M Unicorn. I think he can win the race. Look, he's in good form at the moment. He's won 2 of his last 3, and the other one didn't really race, was run to suit. Red Hair King in there for second. He should get a better run from barrier 3. Sure Joyful has been very consistent this season, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 2 of Vincent Hobart, and then Beauty Mission running on from the back. 4, 5, 11 and 9.
I agree with Paul, 4, 5, 11, and then I'm going to throw in Club Soda for a 4th, but I do like number 4 of this, and that is M Unicorn. I think he can win again. He's looking to win 3 of his last 4 now as M Unicorn. Ryan Moore. Red Hair King should get a lovely run through from barrier number 3 for Lyle Hewitson and Tony Cruz. He's £8 better off this time round with M Unicorn. Sure Joyful goes in. He stayed on well last time out. He's £3 better off, and Club Soda, who also comes out of that M Unicorn race, has barrier 1. Holly Doyle for John Size. I think he can improve further. 4, 5, 11 and 7.
Maximum points for Ryan Moore from both Paul and Tom in leg number 2. This is the Longines IJC Special. Whilst we look at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for the Longines IJC, don't forget when they close down racing on Wednesday, there's a huge day coming up at Sha Tin on Sunday. And the stars of the saddle are here for Wednesday night. The international raiders, Tom, are here for Sunday, and we've seen plenty of them doing their track work. Now, there'll be a track work show live across the next 3 days here in Hong Kong, so Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And we start with the much-travelled west wind blows.
Yeah, of course, he raced in the Turnbull, the Caulfield Cup, the Champion Stakes there at Flemington. I did notice in each of those runs, Paul, he did tend to miss the kick. He's going to have to improve again further, I think, if he's going to be competitive against this lot.
Yeah, exactly. His work's been good since he's been here, though. So, yeah, it's just the start. We'll keep an eye on the start for him. But, look, he's arrived in really good order and he's been stretching out well.
He represents the UAE, was placed in the Caulfield Cup prior to arriving. This is the second of the track work from Tuesday morning, Paul. It's the Japanese representative, Geraldina.
Yeah, she's been here before, Geraldina, so she knows her way around. She's just been doing some easy work since she's been here, and you can see nice, comfortable work for her as she comes down. So another one that's arrived well.
Exceptional run from her last time out in the QE2 Cup over at Kyoto behind Bredovec, because she missed the start, reared up. She was midfield wide, so stayed on very well there considering the start and the run.
And we stay with the Japanese now. Tom, this is Sarah Foss, and they've got a big contingent of horses here for Sunday, the Japanese.
Yeah, he's really interesting, I think, when it comes to the milers, Sarah Foss, and he's got a lot of quality about him. Yuga Kawada's going to ride. He can reel off a massive finish, this horse, Paul.
Yeah, he can, definitely, and we've seen that in some of the simulcasts we've done as well, so he's looked good.
This is the French horse, Paul, Tribalist, the chestnut, but keen coming down the straight, wants to get the head up a touch.
Yeah, look, now he's a front runner. He likes to lead this horse. He does go well on rain-affected tracks. Unfortunately, there's nothing like that for him here. But look, as you say, just getting his head up a little bit here.
The firm service would have to be a huge question mark here for him. The Godolphin Raider out of France, so would need to be monsoonal type conditions for him to figure, I think.
I don't think he's going to get that. And finally, Tom, this is Horizon Dore, also representing France.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of quality about her. Really interested to see what Horizon Dore, I should say, he can do this coming weekend. Got a fair bit of quality out of France, Paul, and what he's done.
He's got a really good finish as well. We've seen him come from a long way back and hit the line strongly in some of his races over there. So I think he's a big chance. He seems to be going well. He seems to enjoy Hong Kong.
And the website has all you need to know about the track work show, and everything relating to Wednesday night and also Sunday. Track work show from 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. We are previewing Longines IJC night now, and on to leg number 3. Splendid Living is horse number 1, 4-time course and distance winner. Flagship Warrior comes to the Valley for the first time. He has a trial there. Sixth Generation is a 3-time winner over the 1650. Quantum Patch goes up £8 for his last start win. We've got Storm Legend placed 6 from 13 course and distance, and D-Star has amassed a good record in a limited amount of starts over the 1650 around the Valley. E-Legend, Splendid Living, Tom, both noted front runners.
And if it comes down to it, Paul, it might be Splendid Living to try and cross here from barrier 10 for Tom Marquand. Fly Mojito, he might be a bit closer this time round with the 6th Generation, and he didn't have a great deal of speed last time out. But the blinkers going back on, and then after that, Flagship Warrior, he'll be definitely closer.
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot closer than he was last time. Ivy League's drawn the outside. He's going to have to go back. Storm Legend, I think. But I think every horse will get their chance here.
We start with an interview, and it's with Hong Kong's hottest man at the moment. It's Pierre Ong talking Quantum Patch.
Pierre, Quantum Patch, one of your runners on Wednesday night, one of the IJC legs, of course. Good win last time, very impressive, and he looks to have been taking his racing really well.
Yeah, he's been improving from each race. Last start was quite impressive, riding by Karis Teetan, and this is third race in this season, and hopefully he can continue and get us the winner.
The handicapper obviously has taken effect, and he's put him up the £8. But given the nature of the horse and his profile, I guess you'd be quietly confident he can certainly have a bit more to offer.
Yes, he definitely looks like classy stayers at third when he arrives into the stable, and just took him a while to settle down and get used to the system. And he certainly will be looking forward to getting more out of him.
Just obviously from what data we have so far, is Happy Valley, do you think he's track? I mean, he has had those 5 goes around shut in, but he seems to be proving himself better around the tight turns.
Yes, Happy Valley at this stage is the most suitable track for him, but as he goes on, he might go for shut in later on.
Yeah, it could be interesting in that regard. As far as interest goes, I mean, it is an IJC leg, so you've got Mikel Barcelona, but you'd be pleased enough with that. Obviously, you would have watched his exploits down through the years, and he's world class, isn't he? Hence he's here.
definitely he's a world-class jockey, and I'm grateful to have him riding him as well. So I'm very looking forward to tomorrow night.
He's a good horse, Quantum Patch, Paul, and there's a bit of French flavour around him. Mikhail Barcelona riding for Pierre Ung.
There you go, and there is, isn't there? So, look, this is one of the leading chances. There's no doubt in the race. I think it's definitely Mikhail's best ride of the 4, and he was so impressive winning last time. So I can see him winning this race.
He seemed to certainly win with a bit in hand last time out, and that was only 14 days ago. So I think he still can hold that form well.
Flagship Warrior. He's a very interesting runner, Tom. His trial was excellent, and there wasn't too much wrong with this run with a 7 next to his name in a very, very strong field.
Yeah, it comes out of a strong race, all right. Horses like Green and White, Drombig Banners since one, Yellowfins since one, Blue Marlin there down the outside. So he made up a lot of ground from the back. He had his debut win here in Hong Kong, Paul, off a rating of 77. Interesting, Casper Founds dropped 23 pounds of weight off him as well.
Yeah, and look, he's rated 76 now, so really well rated, and he really caught the eye finishing off strongly. So, yeah, he goes in for me.
And he'll be ridden in the series, Tom, by, that must be a typo, mustn't it? James McDonald's Australian, isn't he?
Is he? Pavlova, Far Lap, all the same things. Second, of course, in 2011 and a couple of years ago, 2021, he did Dead Heat, and Paul, he was the world's best jockey award winner going back to that 2022 year as well.
Yeah, Kiwis are just posh Aussies anyway. But look, yeah, James McDonald, he's got a really good book throughout. I think he's got point scoring chances in all 4.
Righto, mate. Let's move on to the next one, eh? And this is D-Star and Flying Mojito. Paul, he's done a good job around Happy Valley, D-Star. 2 wins from 3 starts.
I think he's a big chance as well, D-Star. Yuka Kawada's riding him. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 6. Look, he's been placed here. He's won a couple of times at Happy Valley. He's coming back from a Sha Tin race at his last start, this one here, which he finished off nicely. But I think he's better at Happy Valley.
Yeah, he definitely is. I would agree with that. 2 wins, course and distance. Wasn't the quickest away in his trial. He was pushed along, but we do see that sometimes from the Tony Cruz gallopers. That was up at Chung Fa, and I thought he stayed on nicely here behind Super Winner. So back to course and distance, 16.50. That's a big positive.
And one more replay to look at for the 3rd leg of the IJC. Tom, are you taking any of these? Ivy League, Silver Sonic, he raced wide in this, and All Beauty's second last turning for home runs on for 4th.
Yeah, been a wee while since All Beauty's been able to win. Ivy League, interesting that, of course, Ryan Moore actually rode him when he was trained by Aidan O'Brien over in that part of the world. So he's got barrier 12 to contend with here. And the other one, Silver Sonic, Paul's had certain excuses in his last couple.
Yeah, he has as well. And look, they're both. This is a really open race, isn't it, with these chances. Ivy League just put me off a little bit with the draw, as you said, 12 was a little bit. He might have to go further back than he would like.
Seeing you said open race, we'll throw one more replay in for you for the price of none. Splendid Living, 8th, 6th generation. We heard from Karis earlier, Paul. He hasn't ridden him before. He's won so far up to a rating of 68, runs off 71 from a good draw.
Yeah, so just slightly higher, but gear changes though, blinkers will go back on him. He's drawn nicely, as you say, barrier number 2. So, look, I think he'll be running on late, there's no question with him. So, of the ones, Star Contact's just gone off the ball, I thought.
Yeah, he has, definitely with 6th generation, though 6 times course and distance for 3 wins, so a 50% strike rate there, but he is somewhat win or bust when it does come to course and distance.
It's race number 7, Paul. It's leg number 3, and who have you got winning this one?
Look, I'm going to go with Quantum Patch. We heard from Pierre earlier on, and Mikhail Barcelona aboard. I think he can win. He was very impressive winning last time. D-Star, Yuka Kawada, another. He can score points once again. I had him in the previous. I think he's a horse that loves it here at Happy Valley. Flagship Warrior, again, James McDonald aboard. He'll get back. I think he'll be running on nicely, but he got way too far back from barrier 14 last time. Barrier 5 is a lot better. And E-Legend with Borshan on it as well. I think he can run well, E-Legend, and especially from the front from barrier number 3. So 4-11-2-7.
Yeah, give a big chance in this race too, where Quantum Patchy was very, very strong last time out, and I think he can win certainly again. Flagship Warrior, I think, is very interesting, coming to Happy Valley for the first time. Casper Founds and James McDonald. 6th generation that goes in. Karis Teetan and Jamie Richards. The blinkers are being reapplied there. And D-Star is the other one I like, coming back to course and distance. 4, 2, 3 and 11.
And that is race number 7. Off to a break now on the IJC preview show. After this, the preview of the last leg, the best bets, and also the blowtorch on the boys to see who they think wins this year's Longines IJC. And we launch straight in now to the final leg of the IJC, and they look this way. Lightning Bolt's been a revelation since coming to Happy Valley. 2 from 3. Lucky Archangel is flying. Tomodachi Kokoro has a win and a placing next to his name. Beauty Glory carries an extra £12 for that last start win. Taranado Phantom, a great draw and a full-time winner over 1,200 metres. And Kaholo Angel, last start winner at Sha Tin. Tom makes his Happy Valley debut, but he has trialled around the city circuits.
And Zach Purton's first ride for Casper Founds for a couple of years now, and Tomodachi Kokoro can go forward. Beauty Glory certainly can go forward. He led up all of the way last time out. Outside of that, Golden Empire's another one that can race forward. And what do they do with Solar Partner, Paul? Because he's another horse that's raced up near the speed.
Yeah, look, he'll just be looking for some cover, I think. I think Lucky Archangel from his barrier 6 will probably beat him to that position, 1 out, 1 back. Kaholo Angel, I think Zach's going to get a good run here with Kaholo Angel, and Sugar and Sinva, they'll have to go back.
There's few stables in Hong Kong going better than Douglas White at the moment. Pierrong might be one, but Douglas's team close behind. And Nick spoke to Douglas about Game Player Elite.
Douglas White, Game Player Elite is one of your runners on Wednesday night. I, for one, find him a fascinating runner. Third go in Hong Kong. Hasn't looked the most straightforward, but I guess there are some answers to those questions.
Yeah, I think he's run both races in Hong Kong with credit. He had a bit of a tough run last time out, and he came wide. And he's been a little bit new on the right-handed bends. He's never raced that way around in his racing career. So he's come a long way since he's joined the stable, and he seems to be getting better every time he steps out.
As a former, obviously, top-class rider, Doug, and obviously now a trainer, how difficult can it be for a horse to adapt to going another way around? I guess some take to it and some perhaps not as quickly.
Yeah, some of them don't. It's all about them getting to use the right leads on the turn and get comfortable going that way around. Unfortunately, in Hong Kong, they've got to learn quickly, because that's the only way you get to work and race. But look, he's done a good job, and the good thing about him is he's willing to do it.
You've been on him in a gallop since. How's he felt?
He's felt good. He's incrementally got better every time he's worked, and he's strengthened up. And as I said earlier, he's adapted to going the other way around, which is positive.
He's drawn gate number 4. I guess plenty of cover from there, perhaps. And you've got James McDonald on as well, so positives?
Yeah, he's got a lot of positives. He needed a draw. It would make things very awkward with a wide barrier, because he has got some gate speed, and you wouldn't want to be dragging him back. But the draw gives him his opportunity. He's got a top jockey on him. So, yeah, fingers crossed, we'll need an answer luck.
There he is, Douglas White on Game Player Elite. We move on, Tom, to the win by Beauty Glory last time. It was impressive. Lightning Bolt ran 4th. He was up to £133 in this, couple of extra this week, whereas Beauty Glory, 128 on his back.
Yeah, it took him a long time to get that second win on the board after winning earlier on in his career. This was 28 days ago. He's up £8 in the weight here, so that was a concern. And maybe some of the pressure he gets here as well, Paul.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of pressure coming into this race, especially with Tomodachi Kokoro in the race. So I think I've left him out. I'm happy to watch him.
All right, Tom, we go now to a Taranado Phantom. He's usually competitive, Paul. And one of yours, Lucky Archangel, has just been unbeatable lately.
Yeah, he's going well, isn't he, Lucky Archangel? He's won 3 in a row. Can he do 4? Look, I thought he'd reached his mountain last time, so that was just the query I've got. Game Player Elite, we just heard from Douglas here. He finishes off really strongly as well in this race. So, look, I think he's a big chance, Game Player Elite. He's only had the 2 starts, but he's gone well in both.
I think he can win Game Player Elite. This is Lyle's second ride for Frankie Law through the IJC. It's really interesting, Paul, that a lot of horses this season have been able to win races in a row, which is not all that common here in Hong Kong.
It's not, and look, I gives a classic example as well, and this one.
Yeah. All right, Rachel King joins us for the IJC this year too, Tom, and representing Australia.
Yeah, and she was unlucky not to win. I think it was the All-Stars Jockeys Championship. They called it over in Japan. She needed to finish 8th or better, I think, there to win, and she missed out on that, but she's hoping to go one better here. I think she's got a good couple of rides, certainly oversubscribed.
Yeah, yes, indeed, who's racing very well in one of the early legs. Solar Partner, Paul, one of yours. This is his 4th at the Happy Valley Trial since his last start. Lightly tried in this grade.
Yeah, look, just the fresh up record's a little bit of a concern, but he's drawn nicely in barrier number 5, as you say, and he comes in with 124, and he's got Ryan Moore aboard. So look, I'm definitely including him.
Yeah, he's got a draw to try and get in and get handy from barrier number 5. Happy Valley trial looked okay. There wasn't too much pressure put on him over the final stages there, and he's a two-timer winner, and both of them course and distance. Very rarely misses out course and distance.
Speaking of Happy Valley trials, Tom, this was a very impressive trial from Sinba. Cheek pieces off, blinkers go back on. He's had 2 trials. Holly Doyle on board for Jamie Richards.
He just can't draw a gate, though, with this horse. Here he is coming into this off the back of a run on the 15th of October, 8th behind Lucky and Count. He was back, caught wide, but stayed on okay to the end. The trial looked very impressive on face value, Paul. I would have had him probably a little higher up had he drawn a half-decent gate.
Yeah, I think that the advantage is we'll get a price about him now, though, as well, drawing barrier 10. Holly Doyle won from a wide gate, I think, on Viva...
Spirited Express.
Spirit Express, was it? No, Holly Doyle won last year on one of the races, won an outsider, the one that runs on the dirt, the El Roca thing.
Viva Hunter.
Viva Hunter. So I think she can go and do something similar in this race as well.
She also rode Spirited Express at the meeting and will partner again in the last. That was Holly's graphics card there. It took a while, Tom, Paul. We got there in the end. What are your selections?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go with Sinba. Hopefully we'll get a double-figure price about Sinba in this race. Get back, run on strongly. Solar partner from barrier 5. Damepo Elite's only had the 2 starts. And it's actually a good ride here for Casper Founds on Kaholo Angel. He's a recent winner. I think he can go in on a minor line. 3, 12, 9, 11.
9 and 10, my Quinella here, locking the 9 on top, and that is game player elite for James McDonald and Douglas White. He's put up a couple of handy runs on the board now, and he's got a good draw to work from this time round as well. Toronado Phantom is well rated. He's 1 off 80. He's off a mark of 66. Tomodachi Kokoro goes in. He was there for a fair way last time out, only just missed, and Sinba goes in off that trial. 9, 10, 5 and 3.
And that is the preview for the last of the 4 legs. All right, the time has come. Get out the tarot cards, the Ouija board, the crystal ball, whatever you use, Paul, to come up with who wins this year's championship.
Well, look, it's the most open one I've seen here in years, actually. I've gone with Ryan Moore, though. I've got him for a win in a second. Borshan in there for second. I think he can win with Gorgeous Vitality. Barcelona I've got winning, and Holly Doyle I've got winning one. So I think all 4 races can be won by different jockeys.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very open. I've actually got a tie for first and a tie for second, even taking on countbacks there as well. So Rachel King, James McDonald up the top there with 18 points each. I think they can get a couple of wins on the board. Macau Barcelona and Ryan Moore take the other 2. So, yeah, there might be countbacks involved, there might not be, but a tie at this point between those 2.
All right, the Duckworth-Lewis system may come into play for the IJC. Who is the best bet across the 9 races, Paul?
We'll go save it for the last. I like Helene Feeling, very unlucky last time, and he's trialled really well since then as well. Here is that trial. Now he's up against, there's not too many in this trial. The horse that beats him is a horse called Romantic Warrior, who's of course our big hope in the Cup on Sunday. So thought it was a really good trial from us, didn't give away, and unlucky last time. So I think Helene Feeling can win the last, and we'll make the each way play. The race we just talked about, Sinba, it's a real open race, so hopefully we can get an each way price about him. Race 8, number 3 from a wide draw. The play we'll do earlier in the card in race number 7 with Flagship Warrior, Quantum Patch and D-Star QQP, another one of the IJC races.
Best for me is in race 6. It's the leg between the race between the 2 legs of the IJC. Race 6, number 4, Party Warrior. Drawn 1, I think he's ready to win for Vincent Ho, and here he is back on the inside, hammering home this day here at Happy Valley. Was at Sharton last time out, and he finished off really well from back in the field. So nothing was going to beat Tomodachi Kokoro this day, but he's come up with a very good draw. I think he's ready to win Party Warrior. It's been a long time since he has been able to win. The value comes up in the last. It's nearly fine for Keith Young, Casper Founds. Casper's got a lot of good hopes Wednesday night. This horse here wasn't too far from them at Sharton, but unlucky. Does enjoy course and distance over the 1800 at Happy Valley. We'll make the play in that race as well. Around nearly fine with Hammer on. He's got blinkers for the first time. Overseas record was good with blinkers, and Helene Feeling 6, 10, 11.
We heard from the trainer on the show, Douglas White of Game Player Elite. James McDonald on board. He's improved in his first 2 starts. 3rd run in Hong Kong now, so he should be rock hard fit for this and looks a very, very good chance. Race number 3, the long shot, Simply Maverick, 26-1 last time. That was his best performance in Hong Kong. Just got a little tired late, but he stuck on okay. Better draw from him this week. And the play, race 4 at QQP, Gorgeous Vitality, oversubscribed and super fast dragon in the first leg of the IJC. So the diary looking forward after Wednesday night, of course, with the first race coming up at 6:30 Sunday. Shah Tin, trackside live from 11:55, 4 Group 1s. Tom, I'll ask you and Paul the same question. A horse or horses you're most looking forward to seeing on Sunday?
Certainly looking forward to seeing Lebanon still going around in the Vase. Of course, that's the most difficult race for Hong Kong horses to win, but there's a lot of quality there. I think it's between Lebanon and Shariar.
Paul?
Look, looking forward to one of the French raiders, Horizon Dore, coming here. Look, I've really liked his overseas form, and hopefully can bring it here on race day. So one of the international horses.
Before the draw's out, Golden 60, can he win first up?
I want to say yes, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
I think he can.
All right, so it's a yes and a no for Golden 60. But that has been this very special Longines IJC preview. It's a huge night at Happy Valley, kicking off at 6:30.